crowds. The aerobatics maneuver was supposed to end with what's called a rolling pull, but it went out of control. Those hit by the burning debris died instantly, amongst them a 22-month-old toddler. More than 50 people were injured. A top British aerobatics pilot who witnessed the crash told me the plane, for some reason, breached all safety rules.
There is no question that it was deeply over the crowd, which is an absolute no-no. The display lines displaced from the crowd line are designed to prevent that from happening. This was an experienced man, and he was way offline. I do not know why.
The shock of this tragedy has rocked the whole of Belgium. Those injured have spoken of how there was nothing they could do to escape as the plane dived out of control. Safety regulations at this airshow were the same as at any other in Britain or elsewhere. Pilots shouldn't fly within 100 meters of the crowd. This crash not only reopens the debate about safety at air shows, but raises the question on whether it's possible to legislate against such a tragedy happening again. Andrew Simmons, ITN, Ostend Airport.
The Scottish National Party are to campaign for a yes vote in the referendum on a Scottish Parliament. The party's executive today unanimously backed the move suggested by its leader Alex Salmond, hoping it will bring full independence a step closer. Adrian Britton reports.
The Scottish National Party believes Labour's proposals on devolution do not eliminate the possibility of a fully independent Scotland. That is why, in Edinburgh today, the SNP's executive voted unanimously to support the government's white paper in the belief there is no glass ceiling to eventually securing independence.
Well, what we've got to look at is whether this is in the best interest of Scotland, and I think it is a step forward, a modest step forward certainly, but it is the right thing for the people of Scotland, and that prevails very strongly in SNP thinking. There's also been the assurance, which has been quite critical, that the people who will arbitrate in the constitutional future of Scotland will be the people of Scotland.
The Scottish vote follows last week's decision by the Welsh Nationalist Party Plaid Cymru to back the government's proposals for an assembly, though many nationalists are unhappy they're not being empowered with the same political body as Scotland. And despite Tory opposition, William Hague indicated today devolution would survive under a Conservative government.
In Scotland and Wales, we believe it would be a fundamental mistake to set up parliaments that could break up the United Kingdom. We're not saying we're not listening to people. If they vote for it in the referendums, then they will get a Scottish Parliament and a Welsh Assembly, and we will have to respect that for the future.
The Liberal Democrats, Scotland's second political force, said Mr Hague's reassurance shows it is impossible now to turn back the devolution clock. The SNP's National Council will meet next weekend to rubber stamp the executive's decision. That vote will be a formality, but equally assured will be the No campaign's determination to stress that by voting yes for devolution, the people of Scotland will be asking for higher taxes and for the eventual breakup of the United Kingdom. Adrian Britton, ITN, Westminster.
Abroad, a demonstration in Spain in support of the Basque terrorist group ETA passed off peacefully today. Tens of thousands of people marched through the streets of San Sebastian. Police had feared violent clashes with those still outraged at ETA's murder of the politician Miguel Ángel Blanco earlier this month. Tens of thousands of people were